Welcome back to my YouTube channel, The World We Live In. Now, I want to talk about a topic that affects us all, inflation. Every one of us is impacted by this one way or the other. And as prices get worse, we get more stressed. Families, lovers, roommates, everyone. Every single one of us. It doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, what religion you believe in, what spirituality you believe in, where you come from, what age, what gender you are. It affects us all. I believe wholeheartedly it is a planned, orchestrated movement to enrich themselves. Everyone says the richer gets richer and the poorer get poorer. That's a classic saying, but now it's more prevalent than ever. Every one of us is suffering from inflation. Now, history is repeating itself for that reason. In 1939, 1929, they suffered the same thing. That's why so many people was willing to accept an evil, psychotic, horrific lunatic like Hitler. Everyone should hate that man. Everyone should despise what they did. That is a fact. Everyone, regardless of who, should despise everything with Nazism and Hitler. But what led to the German people accepting him so much was a government that failed them. Republican, Democrat, Independent, Libertarian, Rebellion, it doesn't matter what your politics are, our government is failing us. History is repeating itself. It is a scary concept. A terrifying concept, in fact. What will they do if a New Age extremism like the Third Reich emerges again? There are so many people who are unhappy with the current situation. There's even more people who are scared. I'm scared. I created this YouTube channel because I am scared. Because I am disempowered. This was the only thing I can think of to do. Voice my beliefs. Voice what's going on in the world. And hopefully some people feel the same. Things are going terribly. Horrifically. Eggs. They become so expensive, they become a meme. Plastic bags are now charged. They say it's for environmental reasons. If there was a case ban plastic bottles, they take up more space and they land in landfills. Now, I'm not an environmentalist. I throw away plastic the same way as anybody else. As much as I would love to, I don't recycle as much as I should. But my point was, if they were so concerned about the environment, they would ban plastic bottles, not bags. Because bags have bins outside the local grocery store of King Soopers, owned by Kroger, to ultimately recycle them. So why do they ban them? Because they're made of crude oil? No. Because greed. The banning is basically a sense to allow yourself to get charged. It's a fictional reference, but in Star Wars The Clone Wars, Palpatine basically caused so much chaos, upset so many lives. They were willing to accept any kind of imperialism and oppression for peace. Now, we started off as a democratic republic. One party, by the people, for the people. And a lot of people fail to realize, as evil as the party became, the Nazi Party was originally the Workers' Socialist Union. Now, I never agree with them as far as what they became. But what they started out was a union of workers who felt abandoned by their country and by their government. They felt abandoned, forgotten, failed. Do you feel failed, forgotten? That's how they felt. That was why they were so eager to accept such an evil man like Hitler. They were so disempowered. They were willing to accept anything to feel safe. That's how bad it was. And that's how bad it's becoming. The Great Depression rippled across the world from the 1930s, 1929 Great Depression. It contributed to the Weimar Republic's destruction. We are nearing constant fear-mongering from the media. We are constantly bombarded with buy this, buy that, stock up this, stock up that. It's how they run their economy. I'm a contributor to the buy thing myself. Not on toilet paper like the COVID-19 pandemic. But I feared Biden was going to fail us, just like the Reichstag Republic failed them. It's a party, both Democrats and Republicans, for corporate interests. The inflation is because of them, both of them. The most interesting thing, when January 6th happened, they failed to realize there were Republicans and Democrats in there. And the crazy thing is, they didn't even realize the Republicans who voted against Biden's signing of President's order, the document that signed him as president, they were going to hurt them too. Now, no way January 6th was right, because it wasn't. It was an insurrection, but for a person. For a person, not for the people. It was like the same way with Hitler. They burned down the Reichstag parliament for a man. Partly because their dissatisfaction reached a peak height. It was absolutely at its peak. We are suffering financially. Corporatism runs our world. From the yen, from the ruble, to the euro, to the dollar, to every form of currency in the world. is owned by corporate greed, and corporate greed is bleeding us dry. Look out for your people. Don't fall to your baser instincts of fear and violence. There are couples, roommates, lovers, friends who are at each other's throats because of financial destitution. And that leads to the greatest source of domestic violence and domestic abuse and domestic arguments. Be better. Try to be better. Look out for one another. This inflation is hurting us all. And mark my words, they aren't done with us yet. It's only going to get worse. I'm just a person trying to help. Trying to implore anyone who watches, look out for your own, because it's only going to get worse.